friends, this is Lynn the Gift Diva. Welcome back to Share It Saturday, where myself and several other fabulous female friends here on YouTube share tips, tricks, and tools to help you get better use out of your cutting machine. Whether that is a Cricut, a Silhouette, a Brother Scan and Cut, whatever you have, I'm sure one of us is giving you some fabulous tips so far here. We're in month 7 to use with your machine. Today, I thought we would play around a little bit with the knife blade. Now, I have a love-hate with the knife blade. I love the idea of cutting stronger materials, wood, acrylic, that sort of thing. But the downside to that using the Cricut is that it takes forever. And I've discovered in playing with it in preparation for this video that really Cricut brand products work better with the machine than an off-brand Amazon wood, which I tried to do. I tried to do an Amazon wood and it cut, but it didn't cut all the way through. I tried the really heavy Cricut chipboard, cut like butter. So that's what I used to make the project that we're going to make today. And to keep things simple, I'm just going to use a Design Space project that's already built and ready to go. So this is Design Space, and all of these projects loaded are all the new projects Cricut has to offer that you can do and modify yourself. Practically everything in the pre-made projects can be customized to suit your own style, taste, color scheme, whatever you want. So I'm going to go into my projects because I've already saved it. And this is my failed attempt. I was going to do some flare buttons with y'all, but I didn't have the right kind of wood. So we're going to make these letter gift tags. And actually, you can make these larger in making this project and use them as home decor. Like if you want to put your initials on a wall or something with wood or chipboard, you could cover it with pattern paper, which is what I did with the gift tags, and make a really pretty home decor piece. But I just made them the exact size that's in the project right now. If you scroll down, the project will tell you what you need, the objects found, whether it's a Design Space, whether it's a Cricut Access file that's being used, all of those great things that it tells you. So I'm just going to go into Customize. And here we have, I modified this. I just double clicked on this thing and the text box came up and I put in my initials. There were 2 other letters here in the project. When you go looking for the project, it'll be like S&R, I think. So I just went in and modified it and changed the S to an L. And you can change the height here, the width here, and then there's a duplicated file because one is for your chipboard base and then another is for your pattern paper, whether you're using pattern paper, glitter cardstock. That's what they recommend using. That's what the photo of the project shows, is glitter cardstock, but I use pattern paper. And so it's all ready to go. There's nothing for you to do here basically, but set your knife up. So when you go into, if you've never used your knife blade before, if it's still in the package and you're just checking it out, the first thing you're going to have to do is calibrate it to your machine. And so you want to click on the menu button, which is this triple line icon up here in the far left-hand corner. And you want to click on calibration. And here it tells you all the things that you can calibrate on your machine. So you're going to select knife blade. And it's going to tell you to insert your knife blade into clamp B, and then you can just use regular copy paper. That's what I did on your mat and run it through the printer. Now it's going to print out, and I've already done this part, so I'm just going to kind of walk you through it. It's going to print out on your mat, and it's going to be tiny little lines on your paper. It made tiny little cuts, and basically once you've made the cuts, once you've made the cuts on the machine, and I'm not going to cut them again, they're going to appear on the paper, and you're basically, what it's basically going to ask you to do, the next screen is going to ask you to indicate which line is the straightest, basically which lines do the lines meet, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so it'll be very easy, it was for me anyway, for you to decipher which of those lines, and it'll give you a drop down menu that will give you the options 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which of those lines are the best ones. And then once you do that, your machine is calibrated. It'll tell you that your machine is calibrated. So once you've done all of that, you're ready to make it. And so you just make your project like you would make any other project. It's going to go in here and it's going to tell you that you're doing basic cuts. You're going to continue. And you're going to go to Browse on Materials. And you're going to choose chipboard or wood. If you put in wood, let's type in wood. You're going to get these 3 wood options: the basswood in the 1.6 and the 0.8 millimeter. Excuse me, guys. Or the natural wood veneer, and those are both Cricut brand products. Again, I've seen other videos where people are using other types of wood, and that's what led me to buy the Amazon wood that I bought. But it was too thick. It did not cut. Either I bought the wrong dimension, or I don't know what happened, but it went through like 100 trillion passes. It took like 45 minutes, and it still didn't cut all the way through. So I went back and used what I had in my stash, which was heavy chipboard, the Cricut chipboard. And here you've got a heavy Cricut brand chipboard that's 2 millimeter. There's a light chipboard, and then there's just a 1.5 millimeter chipboard. Now I've used Amazon chipboard in the Maker, and it cuts fine. But I did go ahead and pull out my Cricut chipboard for this project just to see how it would cut, and it cut like butter. So I'm going to show you next the end result, and I'm going to show you the cutout to show you how well it cuts the chipboard, and then the little project that I did. So I'll be right back. Hey you guys, I'm back. Cute story. I actually recorded this entire video. I basically was talking to the air because I forgot to hit the record button. So this is how this weekend's going to roll, I see. This is great. So anyway, let's start again. Well, you don't know you're starting again. You're hearing this for the first time. So I decided to go back and calibrate my machine again so that you guys could see the lines that I was talking about. After I left you from the computer, I thought maybe that wasn't clear. So I went back and printed the lines, and then I used just some ink to highlight the lines so you could see them because they're very faint. And so basically, the Cricut is going to guide you on printing these lines, and then it's going to ask you which line is the best overlap, and it's going to show you an example of what a good overlap looks like and what a bad overlap looks like. And it's basically which of these lines make a straight line without any jagged edges. And so you just pick the one that you think is the closest to the good overlap. And they have a little drop down box to say 1 through 4 or 6 or whatever, how many ever lines get cut. And you just tell them which line you think is the best. And then it gives you some more information about the knife blade. And then you're done. You're done calibrating. You can go on with your project. So I just wanted to show you that real quick so that you would have a reference for that. So this is the project we've done. We've cut. Oh, let me show you. It's a good thing I had to print this over because I didn't do it in the first time. So this is what it looks like when you cut it out. Look how clean that is. There's no jagged edge. It just popped right out of the chipboard. And this is a 2 millimeter chipboard. It's pretty thick. And so it just popped right out. And so I made two letter initial gift tags is what they're called. But really, like I said before, you can, as long as it's 11 by 11, it's as big as it'll cut, you could make big letters and put them on your wall or whatever you want, you know, craft room wall or whatever. And I just use pattern paper to, I use some of that Arteza paint. This is something pink paint, and painted the back, and then just covered the front in chipboard. Then added some flowers from Monica at Scrapping for My Boys. Hey girl, love her flowers, y'all. And I added some eyelets and some scrap cabin seam binding, and just, you know, did a little decorating. And this will be perfect on top of a box, or you can tie it to a gift bag or whatever you want to do with it. It's up to you, and you can cut out anything basically in chipboard. If you are, you know, my blade came with my Cricut. I bought it on HSN, and there was a bundle when I bought it. And so I think had it not come with my machine, I probably wouldn't have bought the knife blade, just because I don't see myself making, you know, large decor projects or cutting a bunch of chipboard, you know, on a regular basis. Now, for special projects, absolutely. I'm glad I have it. But if it hadn't come with a bundle, I don't know if I would have purchased it. But you could make your own chipboard with this. You know, all of you Maggie Holmes fans out there, if you run out of the chipboard or you have her digitals from AC Digital, you can use the digitals to print and cut and then create a mask and paste the digitals onto the chipboard mask. I don't know if that makes sense. If you want a video on that, let me know. But anyway, you can create your own chipboard using this. So that would be lots of fun. You know, if you have collections where you don't have ephemera and you wanted to make your own ephemera, you could color, you know, find some images that match the colors that coordinate in the pad, and create your own ephemera, you know, chipboard ephemera to use on your projects. So that is also another option to do this. But it was a fun. The first pass at this was not fun because I did not use Cricut brand chipboard. And normally I would say to you, use other things, because Cricut stuff, you know, there are other vinyls out there that are cheaper than Cricut that work just as well or better. In this case, I used some wood that I got from Amazon, some balsa wood, and it did not cut. It cut for an hour and still did not cut all the way through. I switched it out for this heavyweight chipboard, and 30 minutes later, I had these two letters. You have to have patience with the knife blade. If you are a impatient crafter and you want your stuff to come out right away, the blade, baby, is not for you. It is not for you. You need to find something else, because it does take several. This did 24 passes to print these two letters. So this is not a fast process. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check out the other ladies in the collab. They are in the description box below. We love having you join us every second Saturday of the month, and we will continue doing this through the end of the year. So please keep watching and stay tuned. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you like the content, and if you do, please consider subscribing to my channel and joining my little crafty crew. If you're already part of the crew, thank you, and you know how much I love you. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.